What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the basement again on Wrath and Grace. We're here to promote a dope album. Definitely quality, definitely it just for me, listening to it twice and with my wife, we were encouraged by it. You'll be encouraged, definitely. So I don't want to get deep into it yet, but there's so much involved. We have our guest here with us. Make sure you also go to wrathandgrace.com if you want to purchase the album, or if you have any questions or want more information, we can give that to you on wrathandgrace.com. I'm going to give it over to Wayne to introduce our guest.
Yo, what's up? We are back live again, and this time we have special guest Alyssa Wade with us.
Hello.
What's up? Last time we came to y'all, we brought y'all an album review with Kurt Kennedy, but we're going on the opposite side of the spectrum. We're going with just heavenly vocals on this project. We had the gruff, the rough rhyme spitter Kurt Kennedy, and now we're just going with the nice laid down vocals from Alyssa Wade. Thank you for joining us, Alyssa.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this before we get into anything else. How did you come to the point where you came up with the title, My Father's World? Was it because you wanted that title, or was it because, like the song that was just playing, you made that song and said, okay, we're going to call this project My Father's World?
I think the title track made the name of the project.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, it's probably my favorite hymn. It's got beautiful lyrics. And so we just decided to go with that for the title of the project. Nice.
Now wait, that's a real hymn right there then?
Yes.
Okay, so who made that hymn? Do you know the background on that or anything?
I had researched it a little bit. I don't remember the gentleman's name.
Reginald
like most hymns,
Bieber, I think.
The tune is written by one person.
Okay.
And the lyrics are written by a poet. And then the two were put together. Most hymns are like that.
Wow. Well, yeah, you did a great job with it. 'Cause I didn't even know that was a hymn. I thought it was just one of the songs that you created.
No. Yeah, I didn't do any songwriting on this project. All 5 tracks are hymns.
That's dope.
Wow.
Yeah, Mount B. D. Babcock, I think is his
Babcock.
name, from Syracuse, New York, from 1858.
Yes. Yeah, from what I had read, he would go on walks on nature trails around the Niagara Falls area. And before he left, he would tell his wife, I'm going off to see my father's world. And then he would go take in the beautiful nature and
Yeah.
Crazy. A lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I also understand he committed suicide. I don't know if that's true. I read that he had gotten sick with something terrible, and I don't know. Definitely faced some suffering and hardships.
Yeah, I had notes on it while I was listening to it. I had beat was banging, vocals are on point, bopping head, great production, Omri's verse fire.
Yeah.
So that was one of my favorites on the album for sure. But yeah, you did a good job on that one there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, this was a surprise to me because I had seen your name on Facebook, but I didn't know you were a music artist.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And then I found out not only are you a music artist, but you're a music artist that is part of Wrath and Grace.
Well, this is my debut project. You know, like I've been making music for a long time and just kind of putting some stuff on SoundCloud. It's, you know, real amateur, and this has a lot of hands on it. This project has a lot of talented people that contributed.
Okay, now we'll get into some of the features, but who was working on the project that is not a feature? So whose name is not actually out there on the track list that was working on this? Right.
So I think a big name that made a difference in the whole sound of the project was Daniel Steele. He produced This Is My Father's World. So I had kind of come up with a concept, and then we sent it to him, and he reproduced it, of course, like 100 times better than what I did. And he did This Is My Father's World. He did Holy, Holy, Holy. He did Old Rugged Cross.
Wow. So he really had a big hand. He really played a big part in this.
Yes, he did of the hymnal tracks. He did the introduction, the interlude, and the outro.
Wow.
And then another producer named Frank Boy did At the Cross and Amazing Grace.
Wow. This is a short and sweet album. This is
22 minutes.
22 minutes.
Yeah.
Which that works great today because everybody has a short attention span.
Yeah.
I'm old school, man. I want 20. I want 30 tracks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give me a double set, you know? But
yeah.
I guess that's what it is nowadays, you know?
Yeah.
But, it's not a bad thing.
Nah, this one
too.
is...
It's like, you know, it was punchy. It was nice. Just a quick 22, boom, quality. It was good. It was really good.
Kirk Kennedy is live with us right now. He says, if you don't get this album, you don't know the Lord.
Oh, no.
And then someone else say Grape Juice. Is that a song that you made before or something?
Oh, no. That's a nickname from college.
Okay.
My bad. I didn't mean to put you out there. I'm over here like, oh, you made a communion song? That's what I was thinking. Dang. That person's name.
It's really not. It's not that deep.
Oh.
I drank a lot of grape juice in college, and then they thought I said it funny, like a Minnesotan, my friends, so they were like making fun of me.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Gotcha. That's cool. So how?
Yeah, that's probably my dude Adam Spears, huh?
Yeah,
yep, exactly.
Yeah, he's an artist too. He's pretty good.
Okay.
Wow. That's what's up. So how did this come about? Now you said you went from just doing SoundCloud music to putting your debut album out with Wrath and Grace. How did that process even start?
I would say it started about 4 years ago when I featured on Results album, The Elementology. I was privileged to do a couple of tracks on his project, and things just kind of fell into place that when that happened, because at the time Alex had a good relationship with Johan, and then nothing really happened for a while, but we kept in a good relationship with them, and yeah, Johan heard something on SoundCloud and wanted to work with me more, and so that's when he started supporting this project that recently went out.
Nice.
Nice. Well, that's what's up.
Was this how long? I always like asking questions about the creative process. Was this something you've wanted to do for a long time, or is this a new idea?
The concept of the project wasn't an idea that I had for a long time. I've always liked hymns.
Okay.
I redid Amazing Grace years ago. Well, maybe like 2 years ago.
Okay.
I think there's other hymns I've tried to redo, and so when the project started to come together, we just kind of decided like we should just do hymns only. Like let's just modernize a few really good ones, and yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It's good.
That's what's up. Let's start off with the obvious when it comes to the project, though. The album artwork. Who the heck came up with that? Because the picture looks crazy.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the concept was really Johan's idea.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like that was his idea with the whole like adding nature to my hair and stuff, because we wanted people to think of my father's world, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't want it to be like vanity either, like not just like a headshot, like this is my face, remember my face, you know, like.
Right.
So we did a profile from the side, added lots of nature elements to it, and the graphic designer who did that, his name is Laszlo.
Okay.
And yeah, he killed it. It's beautiful.
That album artwork, the album artwork is just crazy. And you say Johan came up with that. Oh, that's why I call him the Diddy of Wrath and Grace. That's my nickname for him. Seriously, he has some good ideas.
Is he Diddy or Shook Knight?
You have great ideas.
Wait, did you call him Shook Knight?
Shook Knight.
Shook Knight.
You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's funny. Is there anything symbolic that I'm missing out of the album artwork? Like, am I missing something that is like deeper than the surface?
No.
Okay, all right. I didn't know
really
if you had
just
anything hidden.
No. unless the graphic designer put something hidden in there that I didn't know.
Oh,
but
man.
I don't think he did.
Maybe he spelled his name out with the flowers or something.
I don't know. I'll have to take a closer look at it.
So let's throw a marketing pitch out there, right? If someone comes up to you today and is like, all right, we put you on Shark Tank right now and we're like, listen.
Oh, boy.
Why should I buy your album? Why should I invest in an artist like you? What would you say about the project that would make someone want to buy the project?
I'll see. If I was talking to a believer, I would tell them to worship with me. Buy this project. Appreciate the lyrics. I didn't write these lyrics. These are old lyrics that have been around, and they're beautiful. I don't think people write like this anymore, which is why I just love him so much. You know, pray about it. I'm not saying like these old hymn lyrics are like scripture or anything like that, but
they're inspired by it.
Yeah. I've told you before, like I think it's simple enough for anybody to sing along to. Like I'm no Beyonce. I can't sing along to Beyonce.
Well, that's what's up. You had me with the album artwork. I right there when I saw the artwork, I was like, okay, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Because the way they put that together, and then when I heard the lead single, My Father's World, and I was just like, okay, I see what they're doing with this. And then when I actually heard the project, I was like, wow. First of all, it was 22 minutes, which was like, that to me is a plus right there. It's short, sweet, but you get the message out, which is effective. That's so important today, is to get the message out and be effective with it.
Yeah. So who mixed and mastered the album for you? I don't know if you talked about
that would
already.
be Joe Cooper.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Joe Cooper.
The first time he edited my vocals, I like teared up a little bit. I was like, I've never heard my voice sound like this.
Oh, that's dope. Is he is he a local around your area, or is
no?
So he just
he's out of state. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. That's dope.
I can't remember where he is.
Dope. Dope. Yeah, one thing when I first heard the album, you had the feature with Joe McCarty, is it?
Yes.
And I love what he did. He said something. He said something to the effect of stealing God's praises and worship, and then he got into Isaiah 6 pretty much.
Right.
I love the intro. I think it was a good setting for everything else, because starting with Isaiah 6 is a perfect way to start off with, worship, which is pretty much what the album is doing. So, that really brought me in right into Holy, 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 and then the rest of the album. So I thought the introduction was just a good introduction to the whole album. So good job on that.
I really appreciated having Joel on the introduction. He's a local church planner in a neighboring city here in North Alabama.
That's dope. Yeah.
Definitely didn't know that. That's what's up. So it was all hymns, and I guess my question would be, why did you choose the hymns? Like, why did you specifically hand choose? Why did you select these hymns that you use for the project?
Yeah, like why these and not others?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted the project to be pretty central to the gospel. I think the only one that's not as gospel centric would be Father's World, which is ironically the title track. But of course, At the Cross, The Old Rugged Cross, even Amazing Grace, which is a simple song that everybody knows, and it can seem cliche sometimes. But I know, like, when Christ first came into my heart and changed my heart, like Amazing Grace, I was like crying when I heard Amazing Grace the first time after becoming saved, was like, it meant something totally different. So it's simple, but it's heavy to me.
Yeah, that's good.
So were there any that didn't make the cut? Like, did you try a different hymn and maybe it didn't make the cut, or did you went forward with these hymns and you ended up with those hymns? Were there any that maybe you were like, maybe I'll have to save this for later?
No. This was pretty determined.
Nice.
If anything, I think it would be cool to do a Christmas version of this album.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Pick out some carols, or I don't know.
That's good. I did have a question. Your interlude with Chris Jones, I noticed that it only had Chris Jones. So when you were putting the album together, like usually an artist wants to be all up in the tracks, at least from my day. I'm a little older now. I don't know what the other generation is doing, but MCs back in the day just wanted to be in every track because it was their album, and singers. I noticed you weren't on the track. So can you unpack that a little bit? Like, to me, it's a little foreign not to be in the track that is in your album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a really good question.
Yeah.
So the project was originally much shorter. We did the 5 hymns without an interlude or an introduction or an outro. And we felt like maybe, even though I kind of had a vision for the hymns, maybe they didn't gel together as well. And so the thought was, let's glue these hymns together with some spoken word or a verse, just to kind of go from one hymn to the next.
Gotcha.
And after we recorded, or after Chris Jones recorded his part, I just didn't really think I needed to add my vocals to it. I guess I could have done something in the background, but yeah, it might have been some impatience too. Like, let's get this project out.
Nice.
It added a nice touch to the project.
Yeah,
it really did.
Yeah.
This project is something that you can meditate and reflect on, and of course worship the Lord.
Yeah.
What were some of your favorite songs on the project? Could I say afterwards, listening to the finished project, what were your favorite songs?
Yeah, so going into the project, my favorite song was definitely This Is My Father's World. After it was all said and done, The Old Rugged Cross came out much better than I expected, and I love the vibe that it has.
Yeah. That was my favorite. I was going to say, you know, you had a great intro in the track, dope beat, dope piano, and I put love this joint.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I dug into the background too, and I also put that it was what we used to say back in the day, groovy and just dope to chill. You know that.
Okay.
The Old Rugged Cross was a dope joint, man. I kind of replayed that one. And
All right.
my wife also liked that one too. That was her favorite. So.
Did you think you were gonna get a review like that when someone says your music is groovy?
No.
I'm showing my age, bro. I'm showing my age.
Groovy. I gotta use that for the next one.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No,
Ashley Smith, she says, Alyssa, you are beautiful and so is your music. Your voice is stunning on the album. I love hearing the behind the scenes of the project.
Thank you, Ashley.
Yeah, Daryl Broom says, very talented and gifted woman, praying for you and your ministry, they say. Yeah.
Nice. So let's talk about some of the features now. I know we talked a little bit about having Joel on there and Chris Jones, and Omri did his thing too.
Yeah.
Omri definitely came through and blessed the track with a nice verse right there. How did that process go? Because he's all the way in Arizona. Yeah.
We felt like Father's World is kind of artsy. There's something about it that's kind of organic, I guess. And we just thought Omri would be a really good fit for the style. I don't know. He's artsy to me. Like, he's different from most rappers. I would say his style stands out.
Yeah, Omri's definitely was the right fit for that song. He killed it.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Nick says definitely 1,000 times more wonderful than her other half.
Oh no.
It's out there. He put it in public. So public rebuke is coming, brother. No, I'm joking.
Yo, you know
this
what?
project would have never happened if it wasn't for Alex.
There you go.
There
See,
we go.
Nick?
See?
What are you talking about?
Look at that. He might be the Diddy of rap. Yeah. Nah, I wanted to talk about Tony's feature.
Yes.
And I told Los earlier, I said, now there's rappers who are nice. And he's, you know, Tony's known for being nice. But what I told Los is he's still nice. Yeah. I didn't know he was still nice like this. Like,
yeah.
He surprised me with that feature, the way he came through and just murdered it.
Yeah.
Yo, I had a moment of like trying not to be like starstruck a little bit. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm so honored to have him on the project.
Yeah.
And he killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, his feature was great.
He did good. I met up with him years ago, back in I think 2001 Rap Fest 2000 up in the Bronx in New York. And ever since I heard him and his brother kill it, it was just over for me, man. I got their albums. They were one of my favorite MCs, Christian MCs. And there was never a moment where, you know, I heard a verse from him and was like, that was weak. It was always good. He was always consistent. So it was good to have him on. Zeta Blacksmith killed it too, man, on that outro.
Yeah.
That joint was dope. I was telling Wayne, like, every time he delivers his verse, it's, you know, it's intense, it's sharp, it's pretty dope. So having him on that outro was a good choice too. Really good.
Yeah, I wanted the end of the project to feel like a ... and not a period. I want people to listen to the album end with their eyes on heaven, thinking about that day. And I feel like Zeta Blacksmith, he did a great job, like, achieving that.
Yeah, he did good. He did really good.
Robin says her singing voice is so heartwarming, especially in the Amazing Grace song. Sing song a cappella for a brother in Christ. Yeah. He's trying to put you on the spot. Nice. It's cool that so many guys are commenting on here that have heard the album too, because that was another thing going into it. I'm like, is this more of a female project or is this for the guys too? You know what I mean? And I think with the features that you had on there, it definitely makes it a project for everybody.
Yeah, I think the features helped. I was curious to see kind of like who was going to be drawn towards this project. Carlos Newton from Reform Bars did a review.
I didn't get to see it yet, but yeah, he's definitely good at giving his reviews. He puts them out there.
So yeah, he made a comment that he didn't think my project needed the features, and he was afraid I was depending on the features because they're all, you know, well-known people, and I don't know. But
so he gave you his 2 cents.
He did.
That's what it's called, my 2 cents. But yeah, okay. I mean, I didn't get to hear his review, but I know that he does them, and he usually doesn't hold back. So
yeah, I'll check out his review.
Now, if they, let's say, you know, Johan was Suge Knight and he tried to get you like, no, you need one more track. What hymn would you add to the album if you were able to?
Maybe Whiter Than Snow. That's another hymn that I really like.
Okay, maybe for the next one.
Well, you know, the next project, my hope would be that I can actually make it a real album.
Yeah.
Much longer, and actually like write songs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, nah, this definitely makes sense the way you put it out, because you're using other people's music, but you're showing them who you are as an artist.
Yeah.
So let me ask you that. Let's go forward with this. Now, I told you this is going to be a discussion. This isn't going to be totally scripted. A lot of times I like to go off script. So let me ask you this. As an artist, who do you think that you're becoming? Like, what kind of artist would you say that you're starting to become now? Because obviously, we all start off one way, but what direction do you think you're headed in as an artist?
A Christian artist?
Yeah, for sure.
You mean like stylistically?
Stylistically, even with some of the goals that you might have going forward, how does that affect how people might perceive you as a music artist? Because you say you don't want to do the hymn project next time. You want to do your own sound and write your own music. So what would that look like, do you think?
Yeah, probably maybe more soul and more jazz.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like this album kind of had more of a pop feel to it.
Okay.
Which is cool too. I don't know if I would. I'm
listening. Sorry, I can't see you speaking, so I'm kind of like just talking. You were gonna say something.
Yeah. I'm not speaking concisely. I do apologize about that.
It's all good.
But,
I'm wondering, do you get into neo soul though?
Oh, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm
like
wondering because I'm
soul child.
I'm starting to get that feel. Like I'm wondering, do you think you'll venture in that way at all?
A little bit.
Okay.
Not too far that direction, but a little bit. I am from Minnesota, so I'm not that soulful.
What is Minnesota like? Let me ask that, because then maybe that can help me and those that are watching right now to know a little bit more about who you are or where you come from.
Okay. So when I was growing up, my community was pretty much all white. Okay. And then by the time I started getting to like high school, there was like an explosion of immigrants. There was a lot of Somalians, Ethiopians, Hmong. I mean, there's so many nations there. And then our church, my former church in Minneapolis, we would have like a celebration of the nations, or some sort of day where we recognize where everyone's from. And it's at least 40 countries from Africa.
Wow.
Panama. So it changed really fast. It's really strange. It was like all white, and then suddenly all types of international.
No, it does help us to understand a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now
Definitely
now
not too much like Black culture. Like there's people who come into the Minnesota area from Chicago, or like my family came from Cincinnati. My dad went up there for his job, so.
Nice.
That's where Prince is from, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
There you go. You're with good company then.
Yep.
Let me ask you this. Let's look at the worship behind the music. In what ways do you think that your personal worship time with God affected this project?
Yeah, I think just my dependence on him. I truly need him every hour. And so just thinking about his grace and how much it means to me. I don't know if you want me to take it song by song.
Sure, go ahead. We got the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy, holy, holy. Just like Joel said, woe is me. I mean, God is so far up there. I truly feel like when I'm coming to him in prayer, like I am so lowly. And it's something I struggle with a little bit, because there is a element of being his child, right? Like we are adopted and fully accepted because of being hidden in Christ. But we also understand that we deserve his wrath. We deserve hell, and we deserve to be totally obliterated. And it's like humbling when you think about it. And
That's good.
Yeah.
yeah, sorry if I'm rambling.
No, listen. These are discussions.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a space where you can just speak freely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
There's the reason why I ask that is because you can always tell. Not always. Let me say it like this. There's times when you can tell that an artist is not true to their music. But I didn't get that feel when I heard the project. I got that it's genuine. Obviously, none of us are perfect. But your desire to worship God, to praise him, to glorify him with your music, and to want to share that with others, I think that spoke the loudest.
Okay. Praise God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell. I think you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's literally like inviting us into that praise space by calling it my Father's world. It's almost like, all right, let's enter this
Yeah.
this space right here. Let's look at why God created the world with such magnificence and why we should praise him, and
let's use a hymn to talk about it.
exactly. You know what I mean? Like,
wrap it up, right?
what better way can we do this than to bring hymns to the forefront and give them a new twist?
Yeah.
I'm excited to show this to my oldest. She's 13 and she helps out on the worship team. She loves to sing music, and sometimes it's hard to get her to sing the older songs, or even like hymns with like an older sound. Right. So the fact that I'm gonna be able to show this to her, and I'm sure she's gonna love it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So when the album was being put together in the studio, how much were you involved with like the instruments or the choices being made during like the post edits and things like that?
Right. So with Holy, 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 Father's World, Amazing Grace, and Old Wicked Cross, I kind of produced my own like arrangement, kind of like a framework for how the style was supposed to come out. Like, I've got Logic on my computer. I'm no producer, but I can put together ideas.
Wow.
And then we sent those to the producers, to Daniel Steele and to Frank Boy, and they really made it come to life. And you know, there was a couple times where it was like Daniel was sending us something and we're like, that's not really the feel we're going for. We want it to sound more like this. Might even send him like another song that someone's already put out and be like, more like this style or something, you know.
Gotcha.
The only song that I really didn't have any creative input for was At the Cross. We bought that beat like as is.
Okay.
And I just kind of made At the Cross fit into it.
Gotcha. Nice.
It was a good fit.
Yeah.
You found the right Lego piece to make it work.
All right.
That's what's up.
That's good.
Do you feel like we missed anything last time we did the promo with Kurt? And Kurt was like, man, I wish I could have said this. I wish I could have said that. But ours went kind of long with Kurt, so we didn't want to keep it longer than an hour. Do you feel like there's something that we're missing here that maybe we overlooked or don't even know about when it comes to the project that you want to share with those that are listening right now?
Not really. I don't have much to say about it.
Did your husband try to sing on the track?
No.
Just checking. Yeah, I don't know if he was trying to feature on the track or anything like that. You know.
Yo, that would have been funny.
Yeah, he's got.
Can he
Well,
sing?
no, I won't put him out there.
Can he sing? Wait, can Wade sing?
He can sing. He's been out of practice for a while, but
Okay.
Let me find out.
I'm sure if he blew the dust off, he could get it back a little bit.
All right. That's good to know.
How much involvement did he have with the project? Like telling you where to sing this, or you know, like did he?
A whole lot.
Okay.
So he was actually my recording engineer.
What?
Yeah, he went to McNally Smith for audio engineering, and he's got a whole studio set up in our house.
I never knew that.
So, yeah, he recorded all of my vocals, and he wasn't just there to push a button. Like, he was like, you should pull back here, or do this different, or add this layer here. Like, he gave me a lot of advice, and yeah.
Nice.
He's good at that.
Did he record any reference tracks for you so then you can kind of know where to sing and like, you know, stuff like that?
No.
Okay, I didn't. Hey, I wanted to know how.
Well, I wanted a copy.
Right. Give me all of those reference tracks. Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
That's cool.
That's cool. This project is great. For only being 22 minutes, the project, we could sit here and talk about it for a whole hour. That's what's cool about this.
Yeah. Yep. So, again, sis, the project was encouraging.
Yeah.
It's definitely one we could worship to, listen to. So we just wanted to encourage you to keep doing what you do, you know.
Okay.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
I do want to add one thing.
Yeah.
So there's one lyric video out for This Is My Father's World. There will be another one coming out soon for Old Rugged Cross.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna.
So be on the lookout for that one.
I'm gonna. Man, I don't see it. I was gonna put it in the comment section. The
we could put it on
the
later,
lyric
right?
video. Yeah.
Yeah, we can put that on there.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, cause Diddy was telling me about that.
Right.
But anyway, hey, why don't we tell them a few places and ways that they can listen, purchase, and support the album?
Yes, you can find it on Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify. You can buy it on iTunes. I'm trying to find the hyperlink.
Yeah, I bought it on iTunes.
You got it on
myself.
iTunes,
Yep.
okay. I'll probably get it on. Is it on Amazon?
Just type
at
in
all?
Alyssa Wade and it'll come up. My Father's World.
Cause I got Android, so I'm thinking, I'll
Oh,
go to
Tidal. I didn't know it was on Tidal.
Okay.
Amazon Music.
I'll probably get it from Amazon. I like buying music
Okay.
from Amazon.
Dope.
Yeah, cause now I can listen to it on my Fire Stick.
Yeah. So go out and support the album, y'all. Make sure you buy it. Make sure you listen and comment on the comment section here as we did this album review. And it was good to have you, Alyssa, on. Definitely appreciate your music and ministry.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, Alyssa.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
God bless you guys.
All
God
right.
bless. Talk to you later.
Yep.
All right.
We are out. You didn't cut it there? did
No.
you? Okay.
No, you didn't.
Want to remind you guys that we're going live in the basement. That's the podcast that we do. We're going live. The basement has an episode coming up this Wednesday. That's in 2 days, 9 p.m. Eastern time on the Wrath and Grace, this page right here on the Wrath and Grace Facebook page. 2 days from now on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, episode 46. Virus going viral. We are going to be talking about the coronavirus and just everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Some craziness going on.
Oh, yeah.
And we want to address the situation. We don't want it just to be something where we bring information to the table, because we have enough information out there. We want it to be encouraging and edifying and helpful to those of you that are out there wondering what to think, what to do, how to respond as Christians in this messed up world that we live in.
Yeah, we definitely want to talk about that topic. It's important. With everything going on, churches, I have friends that are church planners that, it's very, very challenging.
Yeah.
For many pastors that I know also, who this is their livelihood. You know, and this is what they do. And churches that aren't prepared for something like this also, not having the technology and some of them just aren't prepared, and for some of us who are prepared, it's still tough.
Yeah.
It's been very hard not to fellowship with God's people, and there's debate on that, whether we should have still fellowshipped or not, or congregate or not. So there's just so much beef, man, happening right now.
We're gonna address that. We're gonna have to address all of this stuff on Wednesday. So, guys, make sure you tune in this Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the Wrath and Grace Facebook page. Episode 46 of The Basement, where theology meets the thoughts of life.
Come on, bro. You can't mess that one up, bro.
Virus going viral. And now my mess up has just gone viral. But anyway, you guys go ahead and join us in our Facebook group page, The Basement. If you're not already a member, go ahead and become a member. We just did a meet and greet with Alyssa Wade right before this. So you get to know a little bit more about her and what she's doing. So go ahead and become a member of The Basement, and we will see y'all Wednesday.
All right, grace and peace.
God bless.